We are live. Oh, let me get to my page. I don't know why I do that.
Why don't you
Oh,
just go ahead and put the intro on so we can, because you already live.
Got people.
You do the most.
hello, everyone.
What's going on? How you feeling?
I feel refreshed. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I feel refreshed. How you guys feel?
Really? Really? Why you feel so refreshed? You washed or something?
I did wash. Yes.
Oh.
What's this new hairstyle you got right there? I noticed that the other day. You were somewhere, had this little thing working in there on both sides. What's that?
Yeah.
Something's happening. Something is going on with you. You are glowing. Something's happening.
What?
You're glowing. Don't even start it. You're
You
glowing.
know what? That's how we starting off the tea
Might as
tonight.
well.
No, we
Might
got
as
something
well.
else to talk about in a minute, but after the introductions.
Do I look like I'm glowing? I think it's the cocoa butter.
It's something else, but that's all right. Called
Welcome.
vitamin D, girl. Vitamin D. Vitamin D.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like vitamin D.
Yeah, I know
We know.
you do.
Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica. Back with you guys tonight. Feeling good on this Thursday. My brother Victor, co-host, back with us tonight.
Yeah, I'm in Facebook jail, so I can see the comments. But Veronica, you didn't tag me in anything, so
Yeah, I'm getting ready to tag you now.
Wait a minute. You said Victor is your co-host is back.
yeah.
And his voice is back.
What you talking about, man?
Man, you had that smooth operator voice on Tuesday, bro.
I was tipsy as I don't know what to get through
that.
that. I had to, man. I was drinking up a storm, man, because that interview was a little. It was a little.
Watch
shaky.
yourself. Watch yourself.
It was a little shaky.
You did a good job. It's just that you were smooth in there, just a little bit, I didn't know if it was the guest that, the guest.
It was just the alcohol. It was the alcohol.
Oh, blame it on the alcohol, right?
Right.
Even though she is an attractive woman, but she's not my type.
And she's a married woman too.
Could we get to know what's your type?
What's going on, Flutie? How you feeling, man?
Oh, I didn't get introduced yet.
My brother Fatine, all the way from New York, WBLS radio station.
That's right. And I got my D3. See, I wasn't joking when I said Veronica like vitamin C, D3.
Oh, okay. I see you. I see you. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everybody. This is where we talk about any and everything, of course. Tonight we have an email letter. Hopefully you guys are feeling good. Did you say how you feeling today, Fatine? Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm good.
We'll be missing you on Tuesdays.
Hey,
feel better?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just got to protect yourself. And y'all are in a hot spot down there now. Oof. Yeah, that Delta variant is no joke.
So they say, but anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot you, Mr. Yeah, I forgot. But I ain't going to go into your personal business. Put it out there already.
Well, getting to the tea. Go ahead, Fatine. What you were saying?
I'm not vaccinated. That's what somebody put out there.
Yeah, I'm not, and don't plan on getting one either.
Well, I am.
I see Veronica still ain't tagged nobody, but okay.
I tagged you. I promise you I tagged y'all. Both of you.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. Sammy.
See?
Mr.
Look.
Sammy,
I believe you.
With Victor and Fatine.
Yeah, she tagged me. Shout out to Mr. Sammy. He shows me a lot of love out there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Sammy. We love Mr. Sammy. All right, guys. Well, let's get into this email letter, shall we?
Let's roll.
You got your pen and paper?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I got it, but I don't think I need it. But hey, what the hell? Since you say, let's go.
Here we go. My husband and I married in 2011, and we have a lot of issues going on, but we will focus on the main issue, which involved our children. I had an outside son going into this marriage, and so did he. 2 years later, I became pregnant with our son, who is now 8 years old. We all know that when two people decide to share their lives together when children are involved, it is a total package. You cannot choose to have me and not my child. All of our boys get along very well, ages 14, 13, and 8. Well, I noticed that my husband treats my 13-year-old, which is his stepson, different than the other two. Example, my husband is a truck driver and he decided to treat himself to a brand new 18-wheeler for his birthday. I asked him to pick the boys up from their grandparents' house one day, and he said, okay, and that he was just getting back in town from dropping off a load and that he would swing by to get them. At this time, I have not seen the new truck yet. He told me over the phone that he wanted to surprise me, so he wasn't going to send me pictures or anything. So I get a call an hour later, and his mom asks, when will I be picking up my 13-year-old? I said, what do you mean? Is he not with blah, blah, blah? She replied, no. Do you know that he left my son at the house with his mom and only picked up our son and my stepson? I asked him, why did he leave my son? And he stated that it's not my son. He wanted to spend time in the new truck with his sons. My mouth dropped. I know my son was really hurt by it. I could tell it in his face when I went to get him. I told him if he could not accept my son, then we do not need to continue this marriage. Do you think I went too far by making that demand? I'm so hurt, and I know my son sees how he treats the other boys differently. It's been this way since we were dating, but I thought she said it's been this way since we were dating, but I thought it would change once we got married, but I see he is not going to change. So, Vic, do you want to go first?
Dude, really? Really? Leave. I mean, it's that simple. I wouldn't put up with nobody treating my children differently. I mean, she saw this before they got married, and I don't know why some people think marriage you're going to change. You knew who you were getting yourself. You knew what you were getting before you got with this man, and you got exactly what you thought he was. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying I wouldn't put up with it. I don't think her ultimatum was too harsh. But why give somebody an ultimatum? I don't like ultimatums. You know what I'm saying? You have a conversation and you stick to it. I don't like that ultimatum shit, but whatever. But that's all I can say about that.
Well, Fatine, your thoughts?
I'm kind of, in the line of Victor at the end of the day. Sometime when folks are dating and they feel if they take that next step, that commitment, of getting married, that it sometimes smooth out some things that was not working in the beginning. So I'm not going to beat her up on that, but now you jumped the broom, you got married, and last night on the show here in New York, we talked about the stresses coming off of the heels of the Olympic star Simone Biles, and we talk about these stresses, and if this child is being treated differently in this household, it is the mother, it is the parent that realizes the problem. She has to protect that child. And if that child is in a toxic environment and that is part of her, I hate to say it, but you wrote us and you were asking what to do, and maybe you need to leave. I'm right with Victor. The bottom line is, if this guy is not going to do, your husband is not going to do what needs to be right, you have to protect your child. Because if you do not protect your child, then he possibly grows up with all kind of other issues, and then there's bigger issues down the road. So if you don't want to throw away your marriage, there's not only got to be a conversation, there got to be some counseling. And if there's no commitment from your husband on there, then it's time to boogie, as Victor said.
Yeah, I think a lot of ladies. I don't want to sound mean, but I do feel like a lot of ladies choose a man over their children a lot of times. You know, you don't want to, you don't, I know I wouldn't want my son feeling some type of way. I wouldn't want my son feeling like I chose a man over him. You know what I'm saying? It's different if you're just meeting someone and you have butterflies and you all, lovey-dovey and all that. I mean, that's different than actually choosing, like doing things where your child is noticing what you're doing, placing that other person before them. I just think it's selfish on his part, because you get involved with someone, you do realize that you all are, she's not coming by herself. Like, her son is a total package. And if he can't accept the son, then he's not going to accept Mr. Facebook jail.
Yeah. Well, I can't comment, so yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you can't.
But I want to say something to what you just said.
Yeah, and I do feel bad when it comes to the children, when it comes to that, because like you said, Fatine, this is when it gets serious, especially when a child start feeling like their parents don't love them, and they feel like the parent is putting someone in place to them, that's not even their biological father. It's a problem. And I think going into it, she should have made that decision. She should have had this conversation with him. I mean, she didn't say if she did or not, but she definitely should have had that conversation before she said I do, because she stated in the letter that it was going on while they was dating. So my thing is, if that was going on while y'all was dating, that's something that you should have handled before y'all actually got into the marriage. So
could I say something real quick? This is not fair, but there's not a lot told. And, Victor sometimes looks at it from another point of view, and I'm looking from the other side. I wonder if there's some other issues here. If there's an issue with the child's father, if there's some issues with this child. And even though let's just say the husband has an issue with the stepson's father, let's just say, because I've been in that situation where I married someone that had a child from someone else, and I did not get along with that child's father. But I did not take that out on the child at all, because it's not fair at the end of the day. But there may be some other things. She's telling one side, as Victor will always say, she's giving us one side of the story. And did she go into his relationship with his child and their son together, in a sense of he's a great father? Again, these are little key things that I would pick out. If she would say he's a great father to his child, from another marriage or another relationship, and their child, it would say that he has some good qualities, but there's something blocking here. There's something wrong. I don't know what the other issue is. So she's giving us one side of the story. So the way she's giving it, then at the end of the day, you got to go.
But see, I was gonna touch on that too. Some women make it hard for you to, I ain't gonna say form a relationship with their children, but everybody parents different. So, my house, my rules. But some people just make it kind of hard. So you could be in a situation with someone and you treat your kids this way. And if she comes out and say, well, you're not going to do this with my child and all this other stuff. And it's almost like, oh, okay, well, if I can't do that with your children, then I don't need to say anything to your children or your child
Yeah.
or whatever. Now I don't believe. Now, just me personally, I don't believe in corporal punishment. I don't like spanking. Now, my children's mother, she believes in that, and she can do whatever it is that she does. But I don't do things like that. But I do believe in that a child has a place, and if your child is constantly stepping outside of place, then in order for your child to take me there, I just won't say shit to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it is what it is. But I think I'm with you on that for team two. I don't think this guy just all off did that. I think it kind of gradually happened. And then he finally was like, I ain't even want to deal with it. Because no woman, I'm say women, because I love categorizing y'all. But y'all don't see the shit y'all kids do. Y'all never do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, so it's a lot of women out there that their kids are completely disrespectful. And one thing about a man is that we're going to be respected at all times. So if your child is what we feel like is disrespecting his mother, I'm not going to give you that opportunity to disrespect me. I'm just ain't going to say shit to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to go back to something Sherry said, because it's pretty much what I was saying in my statement. We are so guilty of falling in lack/love with potential, thinking and hoping they will change negative. And see, that's what we have to be careful with. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, feelings get involved, but we still have that child, right? We still have our child that we need to, be responsible for. Not this man. Yes, you can love him all you want, but you have to realize that your child was here before that man. Titi said the husband is self-centered, don't want those other kids. Lady, you seen the signs beforehand, so I blame you. Um,
I don't know. I really, more and more I think about it. Like I said, I truly believe something happened because one thing I ain't gonna say men do, but one thing that I guess guys who think like me do is there's two people you really have to win over when you dating a woman: her father and her child. So I don't see how a woman can accept you in her life if you don't win those two people over. Mm-hmm. So, I think at one point in time they probably did have a relationship, but then something happened.
Yeah,
and
something seems to be. I mean, I know we tend to reach, and it doesn't say that in the letter, but it just sometimes these things don't happen out of vacuum. At the end of the day, something. I mean, I would love to just hear what his side is, why he doesn't. Now, if he comes out and say, "Look, I'm just not I'm not the stepson type of father," then we know that that's it, and then that's on her. Because,
I mean, what she said at the beginning of the letter, not to cut you off, Fatine, I'm sorry.
No, you said it. Go ahead. Make that point because that's a good point.
The beginning of the letter, she says we have a lot of issues going on, but we will focus on this main issue, which is the child.
Right. So there's already issues that are already going on in this relationship. And I'm telling you, when there's a problem with a child or a stepchild, and there's a problem where you don't want to communicate with that, then at the end of the day, then I'm not going to say it's a failed marriage, but it's problematic. It's problematic when it deals with the child and other issues. Can they work around it? I mean, anybody can work around anything. I mean, people have been brought up in worse situations, but the bottom line, she has to protect her child and as a minor. And we got to look out for our children. And if she don't look out for her child, and I think you said it, putting that man first over her flesh and blood, then you're the fool. Sorry.
But she's supposed to, though.
She's supposed to what?
Put him first.
Put him first over her flesh and blood?
They married.
Well, that's what they say when you're married.
They're
Your husband comes first. But she said this has been going on when they first started dating.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she I mean, I can't say what her motives was for marrying this man, but she's supposed to put her husband first. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, but you don't put a man first that's just coming into your life.
Right. You don't put a man first in a disrespectful kind of way. You put a man first if he's the husband doing the right thing and in a respectful way and leading by example. That's what you do. But
First
if you don't put that mother effer first, if he's gonna disrespect your child, I'll put don't get me started on here.
Get started, baby. This the tea.
I'll
Get
get my
started.
foot up his ass. You understand?
Yes,
if that's my child, if I was the uncle of that child, me and him got some issues to talk about.
Let's bring it.
That's crazy.
First is first, though. I mean,
no. First ain't always first. No, it ain't always first. If he is disrespectful to that child, then it's her job. That's her cub to protect. That child came out her womb. And if they went to court, a judge would say, "Why didn't you protect your child?"
Well, Mandel says, if a man can't rule his house, there will be some problems.
That's true. Versus, I mean, I'm not saying, so I'm not just looking at it from her side. You know what I'm saying? I get it. She's saying he treats her son different. There's a reason. But most people are going to say, oh, because that's the stepson. And that may be true, but it could be some other reason.
Could be, and that's why I said I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but I mean, with the thing about first, I mean, he is first. She's supposed to put her husband, and he's supposed to put her in front of his child.
Yeah, but doing things like picking up his son and their son together.
That's petty as hell. But I mean, I don't get it. But I mean, it is what it is.
And for him to say that's not my son.
Well, it's not. Did he tell a lie?
I mean, it's your stepson. You marry me, so don't you consider that your son as well?
Unless he said this in the beginning, unless there's some, I mean, it again. Me and Victor could probably make so many different scenarios up here from the perspective that there's some issues between him and that son, or the father, or something there is an issue there that has caused this breakdown.
So right, Fatim. So, excuse me, Victor. So you don't think when you get involved with someone with kids and say that y'all get married, you're not going to claim them as yours?
I've never been married, Ron, so I don't know. But I mean, of course, I'm gonna treat the child, or children or whatever, and my kids the same. I'm going to do the same things. They're going to get access to it. But I just don't like that step. I don't like that because that's not my child. You know what I'm saying? That's not. I mean, if I had to introduce him, I'd be like, this is so-and-so, but I'm not going to put that step title, especially if he has a father. I'm not his daddy.
Oh, so you wouldn't say this is my stepson, or you wouldn't even say this is my son.
No,
you'd be like, hey,
this is his name. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
that's what it is.
Nah, that's now. Let me jump in here. I don't believe in that. That's BS. If you marry this woman, I hear you, and I'm telling you straight up, I think that's BS. I think that if you marry this woman and she has a child, just like you have a child, and you go somewhere, these are my sons, these are my daughters. You don't decipher these are my two sons and that's my stepson. You don't do that, and I think that's not right. And I think that's just bad parenting. And
that's etiquette, man. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. So respect is given and respect is received. But at the same time, you can't tell me what is right or wrong. I mean, that's just your opinion.
I gave you my opinion. I didn't say right or wrong. I said BS. That's what I said. I said I don't think it's fair to say that that's my stepchild if you got your kids out and you're moving as a family. If you're moving as a family, these are my four boys, but 3 of them are my sons, and that's my stepson. I don't think that's cool. Not in front of the children, man. That's not cool. And I think we got to take a stand. Now, like you said, Vic, you can do whatever you choose to do. That's correct.
I just said I wouldn't even call him my stepchild. I would
Oh,
never.
I thought you said you. Oh,
No,
okay.
I know. I
Oh,
said
man.
I don't
Oh,
believe in the step. I
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
said I
I
will call him by his,
apologize. I apologize because I
yeah,
don't
I will
believe in the
call him
step.
by his name.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
No
saying?
son, no
No,
stepson,
I'm not calling
nothing.
because I'm not his father. I
This
will
is
call
Billy.
just like with my child. I said this is Austin, and this is Mister Whoever it is that I'm introducing Austin to. But yeah, I'm not gonna call him my step because I'm not his father, so I don't do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I just think it has. I even got put in check by before by my father-in-law, where I was having the child because I was the stepfather calling me stepdaddy, and because she had a father, and I didn't think and um my wife's father at that time said, no, that's not cool. Y'all got to figure this out and how to make this work, and at the end of the day, so I kind of left it to the mother because me and the father did not get along, so ain't no use me and him having a conversation. So
What did Brenda said? Didn't the letter say the kids were at the husband's mom house?
Yeah.
So wait a minute now. So now that she puts that in the so now that she puts that in the air now, why was it the boy there?
What boy?
The stepson.
They all was there.
they
No,
all were
they
there.
wasn't.
Yes, they were. They were all at the house, and when he went to pick him up for the ride in his new truck, he took his son from another relationship and their son, that between them two, and left
Right.
the wife's son from another relationship, his
Exactly.
stepson. Yep,
He
they were
took
all
the eight. He
together.
took the 8 and the 14-year-old. He
But
left the
see,
13-year-old.
you
Yes.
know what? I'm gonna tell you something. If I was to try something stupid like that, my mama would put her foot in my tail.
That's why I said that earlier.
But
As well as you could.
That's right. I said right. That's right.
and the thing about that is that his family is condoning that shit now. So it's
Good.
something I don't get it. I don't get it. Anybody who I've ever dated that had kids, if my mother met their children, she treated them the same. She gonna pick everybody up and everybody going to her house and everybody going to work. She gonna that's just what she gonna do.
Yeah.
But I don't see how the mother condone that. I do
Right.
not see that.
Right. I mentioned this part. I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna mention this since this comes up right. This happened before in my parents' relationship. My father was married before. His wife, they were having issues, and the wife had a child on my father. When that
Wow.
child was born, my father left. When my father got with my mother, and he would go pick up his 2 children from that relationship and bring them to the house. So my mother said, well, where's the other child? My father pulled that thing. That's not my child. My mother said, don't you ever come back in this house without that child. That child, A, didn't ask to be here. B, that child doesn't know what's going on. And he's looking at when his sister and brother is leaving, that he's being left. Don't do that to the child. And I've said this before. My father followed what my mother said. And when my father died, that child, that stepchild, preached my father's funeral. That's what I'm talking about. Lead by example. And what you said, Victor, is right. Your mother probably would not condone
No, she
that.
wouldn't even let.
And
She
my
wouldn't let
mother
none
didn't
of them
even
leave.
condone that.
Yeah,
That's
she
correct.
wouldn't. My mama wouldn't let none of them leave.
There you
No,
go.
if
There
you
you
ain't
go.
taking them all,
You ain't taking none.
Yeah,
There
you
you
ain't
go.
taking. Yeah, there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and she said to mama that he said the mom that was the mama house, right?
Yeah. His mom.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
wish I could comment right now because
you know
Marvin
what? I'm trying to not even look at his comments. Like,
said I buy my kids large fries and the stepchild some small fries.
but you know what? You have petty people doing that
They
too.
do that though. They do.
Now
Like
I
you'll buy your kids Nikes and buy him some New Balance or some shit.
I do believe
that's in the church song.
I do believe in treating the kids exactly like if you're gonna do if you're gonna do something for one, you need to do it for all. Now I've been petty in the past, but I don't know if it was petty. I was just like it was more of me being selfish. Like, you know what? Never mind.
I'm listening.
Listen, put Sly, because Sly puts a comment up here that is very interesting. Most women don't allow the stepfather to discipline their child, so it definitely cause conflicts. And sometimes that is true. That look, you can't do that to my child. I'll discipline my child. You just stay away. And that Victor went right there and said, you know what? If that's the case, I'll wipe my hand with your child. You deal with your child, and I'll deal with my children. And that's what I'm saying. Something is not being told in this letter. And I wish, again, I don't know if I doubt if he's watching this, but I really would like to hear from his side, because we may be beating him up, and there might be some more that she's not telling us.
Now, I want to be clear when I say discipline doesn't mean spanking. I think a lot of people don't realize, discipline doesn't mean it's not a punishment either. Discipline is, you structuring this child's life. So one thing about me is I don't like repeating myself. So my kids know that. So whoever I'm with, next or whatever, their child really is going to have to pay attention, because I hate repeating myself, and I feel like I've earned the right to not repeat myself, especially to a child. So, once I tell, and I try to give kids the respect too, one thing I do is with my son, I know they playing the game or whatever, and I know how it is to play the game. So I'll go around there and say, son, when you get to a stopping point in your game, you need to take that trash out. I don't like telling him to take out the trash, and I feel like I shouldn't. But if I see it's getting like that, I'm going to let him know. And, for the most part, 99.9% of the time, he does it. You know what I'm saying? And so with my girls, I'll tell them one time to do something. But I'm used to doing that with my children. But so when you have to tell somebody else's child to do something, it's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, because it's like, why am I keep telling you, the same thing over and over again?
That's where the other parent comes in, and to make sure that this works. See, this is a team. It's supposed to be a team. And if this is a team and you're trying to move together, and these are children, and you're trying to mold these children, you got to work together in this here. You got to. You should. I'm not saying you got to, but you should at the end of the day, but this woman stated that they have issues in their relationship, and she wants to focus on this particular issue. So there's issues there, and we don't know what these issues may be or whatever, but there is something going on between them, which is spilling in or trickling down into the child or the children.
Avery says, if I'm helping a man's child, we can't have beef. We got to iron that out.
I'm with
if
you
he's
on
raising.
that. I'm with you on that, but some shit you just can't. I'd rather, to be honest with you, if whoever the child's father is, I'd rather keep it cordial, but I really don't want to have no relationship with him, to be honest with you. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I just rather keep it cordial or whatever. Most of the time now, since I'm getting older with the cell phones, I don't have to relay messages. Probably or not, the child has a phone to talk to his father, but I just rather not, because then it could turn into something else. It's those uncomfortable conversations I try to avoid.
Well, I came across another post that I wanted to get on, and it kind of is in the same boat. If y'all want to jump on it. So it says, my wife thinks that I'm being petty, but I think she's crossing the line and disrespecting me. She has kids from a previous relationship, and we have a child together. Since her kids were little, their father would pick them up every other weekend and take them. Now that our youngest child is 5, he wants to take him too. I told her no. She didn't think it was a big deal since she feels he's responsible. I don't understand why he needs to have a relationship with our child. He's not extended. He's not extended family. He is simply the father of her kids, and I'm setting the boundaries. She thinks I'm being childish and letting my ego take over. I think it's disrespectful of her to even ask me. She should have shut that shit down. It would be different if he was my son's stepdad, but he's her ex. I'm standing my ground on this one. I know I'm not wrong.
That's how that man feel. I mean, if my children's mother had another baby, you know, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if she was still with the dude. I don't know. I would ask like, hey, you want to come too? But you know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it because it's like, why is my son going with this dude? I get it. But I mean, if that's how he feel, that's how he feel. But understand that, you know, his son is looking at, but why I can't go. And he might not understand why he can't go and why his daddy acting like that. So that's got to be a conversation that they have.
Yeah, and I think it's easier for a female to agree with the other mother taking the child, then it would be easier for a man to accept that. Because I think a lot of men would be like, no, it'll be like this man. No, he's not taking our son or our daughter. That's not.
If it was my daughter, hell no.
Yeah. But my father, but I gave y'all the example again. I'm not putting my father on no pedestal, but my father did. I just gave y'all that example that he took that child, and that woman did get with that child's father, and the demeanor of that man, because I met him, he was an easygoing type guy, so he understood. I don't know. Again, this is before I was even born, but what I'm trying to say is there must have was some kind of understanding, because that stepchild was able to come when my father picked up his son and daughter. That stepchild was able to come also. So they worked that out. See, that's what I'm saying. Communication. I know Victor said he don't want to have a relationship, but if that brother is a cool brother and he is like, you know, again, I can't make Victor do anything, but I'm the kind of person that if you're a cool brother and I'm a cool brother, yo, it's just an understanding. And I think understanding and communication make things work, especially for our children. Because you know what? When we grow old, they're going to throw dirt on us, and those children have to live their life. And they don't need to be scarred. They don't need to be scarred. And some of us are so damn petty with our BS. We as adults are so petty with our BS, we scar our children and don't even realize it.
Right.
But you know, I think there's a certain etiquette that when it comes to co-parenting. And I think sometimes women, and I'm going to say this, and I love generalizing y'all. Sometimes y'all women, y'all cross the line and don't realize you're crossing the line. Like, so, all right, so my children's mother got married. Well, she's married now, right? Mm-hmm. But I'll be damned if he come over here and pick my children up. That ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's in the car, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But, and if I was married, I wouldn't send, you know, whoever I'm married to over there to go pick my kids up. Those are my children.
Well, I mean, yeah, your children. It depends on the relationship.
That's all it does. Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on that relationship. It depends on what kind of relationship you have with those kids.
And the right.
Yeah.
And the parents. Right.
And the parent.
Yeah.
Like if y'all have that understanding, if y'all cool like that, y'all, you know, but y'all trust each other with that.
Yeah, I mean, you stuck at work, you got to do a double, and those children got to be picked up. And
I'll pick them up tomorrow.
What? Wow.
I'll pick them up tomorrow.
That's crazy.
But I mean, that's just our family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? We have that worked out, and you know, that's just something we do. You know what I'm saying? When she picked the kids up, I'm saying, you know, whether he in the car or not, that's cool. But he ain't coming to get them, you know, biased. No, we ain't doing that.
But why? Why? What's the problem?
Because that's what I said.
No. Why? No. I got you. I'm not. But why? There's a reason why, Victor. It's not just blue. Why, bro?
Because that's what I said. That's just how it's
no.
gonna be.
I got that. I hear you. I'm not challenging that. I'm asking you what
That's my
made
reason.
you get.
That is my only reason, because I said so. That's it. There's no other reason but that.
There got to be some kind of ego or something going on.
It has
here,
nothing
bro.
to do with the ego. These are my children.
Right.
These are her children.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that they can't hang out and they can't ride around and do whatever it is that they do. They can't hang out, have a relationship, shoot basketball. He could take them to Florida for all I care. But I'm just saying, coming to my home and pick my kids up from me, that's going to be their mother. That's
it. Would you want to know him personally?
For what?
Because your kids are going to be around him.
Exactly.
I don't need to know him. I know my children's mother is a good person. And I feel like she's not going to date nobody or marry anybody that's about some bullshit. So, I mean, I trust her decision. But that's none of my business, who she's dating anyway. But I know she's not going to, do no mess. Like, I just know that. She ain't that type of person.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, Marvin, Tony, brother, I want to give you a shout out too, but he gave his last two. He's like, no, his last two comments are on point to me. He says, all jokes aside, I would let my son go with his brothers or sisters. And then he came back and said, I'm petty as hell. I'm definitely sending my new girl to pick up my son up. Laugh out loud.
But you know what, Marvin? But you know what, Marvin, that actually happened one time. What Marvin said in the last comment. Mm-hmm. And I got the cops call. I probably had about 4 or 5 sheriff's deputies out there because I was going to kill that motherfucker. Because one thing people don't do is you don't blow your horn in my front yard, because I ain't called no cab and I ain't called no damn pizza. And you ain't going to blow your horn in my yard. And this was the boyfriend before. My kids was getting dressed and that Negro blew the horn. And I came outside and I was going to stick my knife right in his damn chest.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, Victor. Did he know not to blow the horn?
She knew. He blew it, and I came outside like, yo, bro, we don't do that around here. And he blew it.
What did he say? Oh,
he blew it again.
Oh, okay.
And then we had a.
Now he challenged
we had an understanding that he ain't never blow that damn horn no more. I can tell you that. Never.
I got it.
And she knew not to play with me like that.
Right.
But that's,
I got it. So. Now I ain't going that far with you, because that now see, that's why I'm not going to challenge you on that, because I'm with you on that. So if I'm in your house, I'm right behind you. I'm stepping with you. So I got you.
You would have felt better if he would have. Excuse me.
Ring the bell.
Right. You would have felt better if he would have came to your door.
Because I knew they were. Well, only thing was my kids was taking too long to get ready. That's all it was. And, you in my yard, you on my time. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to hold them up. You know what I'm saying? I knew they were coming. They were just slow getting dressed. But that's the thing, though. But I'm going to stand.
So you go over to pick your children up, right? You go to pick your children up, and he's there. Yeah. He's there, and
but it's a different dude now. This is a different dude.
Oh, okay.
Different dude.
Oh, okay. Because I want to see if you got it.
Well,
blow your horn.
And a lot of times, Mandel is right. A lot of times that definitely has something to do with the actions. Most people still have feelings for their ex. That's where the problem lies.
Hey, Veronica, I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna call out somebody. Pamela Davis Holloway. That's one of my classmates from elementary school, and she's a supporter on WBLS, and I appreciate her following over here. And
thank you, Pamela. What's going on?
You said Pamela's in. I don't know what's going on with my voice. My voice tonight. You know what? Don't even.
Walked into that one.
Don't back then to it. But anyway, I think that the kids, if they got a younger child, that child's gonna be confused. Don't get me wrong. But I guess that's all about the relationship, man. Either way, I don't know. I just think that's something that
don't even pay it this way, Victor. Don't even look at that comment.
What? Hey, can I send my homegirl to pick my son up?
Mom is crazy.
He does the
Wow.
most.
Yeah.
Ah, what?
Wow. I mean, it's crazy, but there's a lot of people that have different, like Victor saying something, and I may agree or disagree, but it shows that people are different and people have different I don't want to say ideas, but they have different ways of life, how they go about things. And
Mhm.
and a lot of us at the end of the day, sometimes there's a brother that's trying to get along with the person, and the other girl probably being an ass. And that's what happened with the father of my stepdaughter in the previous marriage. And he, once he challenged me, that's when I got up like this. So that's why we never had a good relationship, because it was disrespect right off the bat. And then you're coming out of jail. You coming out of jail and you live a lifestyle like what?
Mm.
So now it's on, Joe. So that's how it got. It just got to the point. It just was ugly, very ugly. But I still never said anything about him getting his daughter. I didn't get in the way of that man getting his daughter, because that was the father and he wanted his child. They worked that out. I have no say so in that part.
All right, let me go to TT right quick. She said this is some real life shit. Again, I have 5 kids.
This some
All
real
are
life what?
Just some real
ish.
Oh,
sugar honey iced tea.
Again, I have 5 kids. All are grown now. In the beginning, I caught hell with the ex-wife. I believe that she thought he was coming back. Long story short, the oldest boy was 8 and he spit on me. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I cut his ass and his mama ass and told my husband, "Is this what you really want?" We still together 21 years.
that don't say years. That say hours.
That's we know
Well,
what she meant.
we know what she
That
meant.
Y is above the
TT,
H, so she just accidentally hit the H.
TT hell. Her husband didn't want his ass cut, so he just went in. She was cutting tail that day.
That's right,
That's
boy.
exactly what it looked.
You let a child spit on me, boy. So you may not believe in whipping, but I'm gonna cut some ass. That's all to it. I don't care. That's
And
that's
I
you.
said, I don't. I
I got
TT.
you.
I get it. I get it. You know what I'm
I'm with you,
saying?
TT. I'm with you, TT. I'm cutting. Somebody ass gonna get cut. That's all to it. You spit on me? You done lost your mind.
So TT, y'all anniversaries, and I mean, what time did y'all get married? So we've been on air. So TT anniversary at 11 o'clock. They been together one day.
21. He's still on that hour.
TT just got married. She cutting ass and ain't been married for 21 years. TT hell.
Cheryl said, "I cannot stand Victor." You know she meant years. Laugh out loud.
TT cut ass soon as they said I do. TT went out there and cut ass.
You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to joke with
Yeah.
it. They cool, man.
So let's jump topics right quick.
Oh.
So would you prefer to date someone who is a 10 with unpleasant personality, or would you prefer to date a 6 with a pleasant personality?
You see, first, wait a minute. See, that's a loaded ass question.
Hey, I'm just asking what the people ask.
Because that's crazy. Because if I say I'd rather date a 6, if I'm dating somebody who watched this show, they can be like, "Oh, I'm a damn 6." And if I say I'd rather date a 10 with a bad personality, then that person can say, "Oh, I got a bad personality." So I'm not answering that damn question. Because you ain't set.
I answer it. I got
Yeah,
it.
let him answer.
I got it.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I got it. That's easy. Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
Explain.
Explain, because the 10 with the bad personality not going to happen, and if it's a 6, that means that 6, you remember when you gauge in somebody, the 6 is not always just looks. 6 could be personality, the other things there that's not happening. And remember, when you're making a choice about something, people are not perfect in life, but you try to come as close as possible of being compatible at the end of the day. So as looking at both of those choices, neither. If I had to pick one, it'd be the 6.
With the pleasant
Yeah.
personality.
Yep, because remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and a lot of people that are family members and friends ain't 10s, they the 6s too. So at the end of the day, I hate to judge people like that, but since you put it out there like that, I'd rather deal with somebody with a more pleasant personality.
Well,
What about
Victor?
you, Veronica? I'm not answering that question. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that.
Veronica, your answer.
I'm not. I ain't touching it. Hell no.
Well, I mean, I definitely would want to talk to somebody with a pleasant personality. I wouldn't want to talk to someone who wasn't pleasant. So whether he's a 10 or not, I think I would prefer that person with a pleasant attitude, because I know that my attitude is pleasant. So I would want his attitude to match mine. Victor?
So Marvin says I'm a 4 and she a 6. We a 10 together. Yeah.
There you go.
You know what?
You don't see how that question is loaded. I'm not answering that question.
It's not loaded.
No. No.
So I mean, I don't get it. What's hard though? You prefer
because
someone
it's a specific question. You can't use that. I mean, you shouldn't allow somebody to use that on you, Victor.
I mean,
That's a specific question.
Do you prefer someone who is pretty and mean, or do you prefer someone that's average and
a good personality?
This kiwi strawberry thing right here. This
is a 6. Is a 6.
It's a knockoff. They're pretty good.
Well, let's talk about why people hold off on sex. Victor?
What?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yes.
No. We can move on to something else. No.
Boy, the cat got this guy tugged today.
You ain't put me in
He don't want to share no tea tonight.
No.
Well, I mean, you didn't say that you was holding out.
Yeah. Could you?
So, Cheryl said it's all not about the looks. You see what Cheryl wrote?
Yeah, it's not
all about looks though. Looks fade, that's true. What's left after the looks go? Give me that 6 and I'm gonna make him a 10 in my eyes. That's right, Cheryl.
Way to go, Cheryl. Right on point. That's right.
Looks is not everything, because the ones that think they all that,
you ain't all that.
Them be the ones.
That's right.
Right, Victor?
They say model looking females high maintenance. I'd rather mediocre one.
What?
Victor, the way Victor acting, you must be auditioning, bro. you must be auditioning.
Dodging, right?
You must be auditioning.
He is dodging.
Model looking dodgeball today, bro.
What is model looking females high maintenance? I'd rather a mediocre one to fall in love with.
Yep.
Boy, he's setting himself up, boy. Boy.
Why you say that?
Anyway, so what else you got?
Why is he saying it? Listen, I did threw 4 things out there. The letter, the other letter, the topic that came to my inbox, and now this one. You answer the first. You're dodging 2 of them. So what else you want me to do?
You skiing, bro.
Victor Dang must be watching. That's what I'm saying, Cheryl.
That's right. Something going on. Told you he's auditioning.
He's dodging these bullets. Listen, you got to be a team player. Fatina and I both answered the question quite well, honestly. So what are your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're
Marvin
the co-host.
Says, Cheryl, can you help me? I'm a 4. I'm not answering that question. I'm telling you that now.
So what's bad about it, though?
That is not happening.
Which question? The holding out on sex or the 6-10?
Well, I think my thing is with holding out on sex, you got to build a foundation first. That's one reason why I don't do stuff like that. without that foundation, it's got to be built on something. You know what I'm saying? Veronica, man, I can't stand you, man. Yes, TT, I was in the Marine Corps.
Yes, can't you tell? Can't you tell, TP?
It's getting hot here now, boy.
That's because you're avoiding the question. I don't know what's the problem. Yes, like, do you have a 90-day rule, Vic?
No, I don't. I think sex should happen organically.
So it's no time period on it then.
It's no time period, bro. But what I'm saying is like, you know, when you first meet a female, I think it's really physical when you first start out with it. It is physical, but you have to hold off on them emotions, man. Because you want to get to bed, as soon as you can see the green light, man. But you want to make sure before you know what I'm saying, you are intimate with somebody that this person ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? So y'all do the little outings or whatever, and you have, this, that, and the other. And I think you should actually date somebody before you have sex with them. That's just my opinion.
How about if you like a little crazy though?
Everybody like a little crazy. Everybody like a little crazy. But I think I had a conversation with somebody, and I said one thing that a man like is that, and I ain't gonna say I'm gonna give you the little secret or whatever, but every man like for a woman to tell him every now and then, don't make me fuck you up. That text message, you know how a man do it, don't make it's just one of them things that you just like, oh, okay. Men like stuff like that. So every now and then, Veronica, whoever to do this, just send them that. Don't make me fuck you up. And text it to him just like that.
She look at her.
Everybody fanning tonight.
I don't need no fan because my things was a little different than that. Sometimes it didn't have to deal with dating.
I need to cut the air conditioner down lower, boy.
I'm fanning because
what?
Vic want to spill some damn tea so bad.
I don't.
Boy.
No, I don't.
Listen, I'm fanning for him. Oh hell, y'all know what? But yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the two people. Like, if you want to have sex that first night, have it. If you want to hold out. But it depends on. I mean,
damn adults, man, make your decision and do what you want to do. Damn.
Yeah,
that's it. But lay the ground rules. Hey, look, I don't care. I ain't clingy. I ain't gonna be clingy with this. That's it. To it.
I think Victor, when Victor said about that text message, I think because didn't you say at one point you like for a woman to like take control,
be aggressive?
So when she tell you to shut the hell up, you shut the hell up.
Wait a minute.
Grab you all up like this, right? Like this, right? You think you like that, right? Grab Victor all up like that.
I mean, everybody like a little crazy now. I ain't saying you got to be serious with it, but I mean, it's just playful. It was just playful. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like for team, I guess I couldn't see it. Okay. I couldn't see what happened on the little Tanya Brown interview, but I did get that text message like, hey, now.
Okay, I know because I saw it.
And I was like, shit, what am I doing? But
smooth operator, baby.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was tipsy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was drinking that whole interview. Bro.
Teddy Pendergrass was playing in the background. Tuesday night.
Let me see. Brenda says the crazy that make you want them might turn into the crazy that make you leave them.
Interesting. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Victor?
I ain't going nowhere. I mean, you like what you like. I ain't saying that people got to be crazy, but you like what you like, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I want somebody to hit me or nothing like that, but every woman got that in them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to see they man flirting with nobody. And I'm not saying that I was, but you know, it's everybody like show me that you care about me. How about that? Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? There's ways, you know, love language. What's your love language? You ain't got to put your hands on me to tell me that you love me, but you can, you know, if I'm out, if I'm going to put on some, I'm going to hang out with the fellas, and I throw on some Creed cologne or something, you know, $400 a bottle, and she like, hold on, what you putting that on for? Boy, don't make me go to your ass now. Go around there and wipe that shit like that. You're like, oh, okay.
Right. Not seriously.
Yeah, she ain't nobody know.
But yeah. Right. I get that part.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I ain't saying crazy, but yeah.
But that like she said, that crazy can be in the beginning something that you don't look at serious. You know, it's like, oh, that's cool. They understand that's a little playful. But as time goes on and that stays in place, then you be scratching your head. Is that the real person there? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I thought that was on point.
So Victor is holding out and he's going to
Victor didn't say nothing.
Victor?
He's still fanning.
I am so ready for wait. Yeah, me too. Marvin says I'm ready to meet the woman that checked my boy Vic. Well,
you will.
Let me see.
Oh.
Do I have my drum roll?
No.
I have church bells.
Really, Veronica? It ain't even that serious now.
I thought you was staying off the market for a while, Vic.
Yeah, well, no.
Well, you know, we all can say what we're going to do, but when that right person comes along and steal your heart, then that's just something that, you know, it's out of your control, right, Victor? Can you agree with that?
Yes, Veronica. Yes. And I was just talking about the whole crazy side or whatever. I'm not saying that, you know, whoever I'm with, I want them to be crazy or they are crazy. I'm just saying, like, some guys, you know, they like little stuff like that.
Yeah, and you want somebody, like you said, to show you that they care. I mean, not being serious with it, but like, I'm gonna F you up.
Yeah,
you know,
she got a knife in her hand or something like that.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes, TT, love is a beautiful thing. That's right. So, all right, guys. Well, what else y'all got to talk about tonight? Because
Michael said Vic had to throw your hat in the house before you could come in.
What? Vic, you had to throw your hat in the house first before you could come in.
I don't know, Mike. You're gonna have to explain that one.
Yeah, Mike, what are you talking about? Write that down.
Yeah.
Cheryl says I watch Fatal Attraction all the time. I don't want crazy. No, not that. Definitely not that kind of crazy.
Yeah, man.
We definitely not talking about that kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, Fatine, back to what you were saying about you thought Victor was waiting, but I mean,
I mean something he said. So I just, you know, but I also know that he's a free bird too. So I understand. Oh yeah, there's there. Yeah, it's the right rabbit. I was gonna ask Veronica, is the right rabbit in her showed up in your backyard? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see the crickets. Hit the crickets, please. Is the right rabbit showed up in your backyard?
Ooh. Hit the bell for team.
I already told y'all the other Thursday. Okay.
Dad.
I'm happy.
There's a rabbit.
Hmm.
It's a bunny.
I can't stand this show.
Oh no. You ain't gonna put us in no hot water and you gonna sit here and
What? I mean, and leave it to Skipper. That's why Veronica is glowing. Like I said, I think it's the cocoa butter. But no, seriously, I'm at a happy place. I am.
You could tell. You where I hate to say it.
Don't say it then.
I,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you wear your emotions on your sleeve. And it tells. And I think a lot of us, including myself, go through things and you could tell the difference. And I'd be like, how do you could tell? And like my cousins have pointed out, I could notice something so-and-so. And we try to sometimes we try to mask it, but we see it. And we right now there's a different look. You have a whole totally different look now. You definitely do. But there's a lot going on that I could say. For instance, not even I don't know your personal life, but what I can say is that you are doing things that is bringing joy and happiness to your life now. I'm looking at some of the things that you're doing, that you're sharing on Facebook, the exercise, the things that you are doing. You are enjoying life now, and it shows. Your shows. And when you're going through that stress, we all at the time we try to put our best foot forward sometimes, but it's hard sometimes.
Right. I mean, that's all it takes for you to get and to know yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, and it takes for you to go through things and learn from them to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love myself. I love myself. At one point, I mean, I'm not going to say that I never did love myself, but I think I was putting people before me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel now that I'm living for me and I'm loving myself and I'm doing things that I love to do. And yes, it does have something with someone special in my life as well. Someone special come in your life and they can make you feel good, better, if that makes sense.
Of course.
How good?
Especially after you go through something. So.
How good?
Right. What do you mean, how good?
How good you feel? How good does a person make you feel?
A 10, right?
Yeah.
Woo! She got that part in the middle of here for a reason.
Just letting.
I can't stand y'all. This part is here because my hair is growing out, and I don't know what I wanted. I want braids. I just don't know right now. So
okay, okay. Well, I'm happy for you.
And my man like playing in my hair.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
I cannot stand this show.
Deanna's in the place.
Thank you, Deanna. Shut up, Michael Mills.
What up, D?
Is it like gas station? Is it like gas station chicken good, Veronica? You know what?
Gas station chicken is really good.
Right. Really like good. They just fry it just right. Like it'd be so crispy. Like I miss that. I miss that gas station chicken. Like for real. But
Michael
yeah, Marcus.
Michael explained he said you had to throw your hat in the house before you could come in. And then he said that it's an old school saying, throw your hat in the house. If she's mad, she'll beat up the hat or something like that. And somebody say, well, she throw it back out, don't go in the house.
Oh yeah, I see. I can't see none of that.
Oh, you can't? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
No. So, Fatine, what's going on in your world?
And like that. Seesaw, girl, seesaw. That's what's happening in my world.
So we just throwing all the tea tonight.
Seesaw.
Hey. Victor, you have a glow on you.
So
So, so. I got a question for you. It's,
Ah,
it's a
go
little
ahead.
different. Just real quick, I just want to hear about, just because I know Victor is a person who sometimes we throw a curveball, but the Simone Biles thing situation in the Olympics, where she stepped out and said that, her mental well being, um, and a lot of people are applauding her, and she's not the only one. And we're seeing a lot of Black women that say, I need a timeout. The tennis player, soccer, saying I need a timeout. Even the swimmer, Phelps, the white swimmer, even said, "Look, I'm not dealing with all those stresses." Uh, we look at our parents and our grandparents that had to deal with a lot of stress out here, and at the end of the day, sometimes they had to take it on the job. Things are a little different now with stresses. Sometimes people ain't gonna take a lot of stress. Like, hey, I'll take that job and shove it. I go get another job. What is your opinion, both of your opinions, Veronica and Victor, on her making that statement and people dealing with stress, and how should they go about trying to alleviate stress in their life?
Okay.
Oh, you want me to go first?
She didn't
So,
do.
Tori, Tori had something like that on her show Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and Marvin kind of touched on that as far as as far as you can get therapy without going to see a therapist. You know what I'm saying? And I think some people, um, I think everybody needs someone to talk to. But sometimes, like, I get what you're saying for teams. Sometimes you need to take a break. But some of us is not as fortunate enough as these professional athletes to actually take a break. So we have to deal with it. So I get it. Some people don't realize what these athletes go through because you don't see them train, you only see them perform. You think it's easy, or some people think it's easy. So I think whatever somebody needs to do to keep their sanity, do that, as long as you ain't hurt nobody.
Right.
Veronica?
I I don't I don't know. I kind of go with what Victor says. I mean, everyone have to do what makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? If she felt like it was something dealing with her mental illness, then she had to do what she had to do. I mean, you don't want to play with that. That's something serious. So if she felt like she needed that time to handle um that mental illness, then she have every right to do that.
Yeah,
But let's just hope that's what it really was. You know what I'm saying? And if she said it, we hope that she would not joke about or play with anything like that. So you have to do what you got to do. You don't want to mess with that. Like, you have to take care of your health first before trying to win a gold medal. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts.
I agree. I think that, just piggybacking off of Simone, I think anybody, and Victor said it, a lot of stresses that we deal with, some of these stresses that we deal with, sometimes we can't change the circumstance, so we have to deal with them. But you're right that those stresses that you can, um, deal with or alleviate, sometimes you can't alleviate them right away. So you need to get some type of help and talk with somebody to help you with it, because some of us can go from 0 to 10 very quickly. And I'm telling
Mhm.
you, I'm older now, and I'm telling you, 20 years ago, I just wouldn't tolerate, and I would be wrong. I'm telling you right now, I would be
Yeah.
wrong, but some of the things that I tolerate, I wouldn't tolerate. I'm telling you straight
Well,
up. There's
yeah.
no
I
ifs, ands,
mean,
and buts. It was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And I'm just a different person. And I just realized what you can lose, and at the end of the day. So
right. And that's the thing when getting older. you realize that things that you put up with when you were younger, you're
Mhm.
not gonna put up with now.
Well,
Like
you deal with it a little differently
you
because
deal with it differently,
because
definitely.
I reacted straight up.
Yeah,
I reacted, and now I realize sometimes you're trying to be pushed into a situation, and you got to be smarter than that. You got to play chess, you can't play checkers. And when
right.
you work like that in life, then you'll be better. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Rodney says, I hope she gets better. I just wish she pulled out in trials so she didn't take up another spot or put her team in a bind.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't feel it then. Maybe she thought she could, go on
Yeah.
Yep.
and compete.
Yep. Yep. And you don't know what
Or
other
something like
things that
that.
she do.
Yeah, exactly. And we can't, dictate when someone really feel the need of stepping down and
Yep.
getting help for themselves.
And remember, she was molested by that doctor that is in jail now, that molested so many of those girls that were Olympic, you know,
Mm,
athletes at the end of the day. And she spoke up about the hellhole that they were in. And that's what got them out of that hellhole. So, as a black woman, you also got to realize she is a black woman raised by a white family.
yeah.
And there's certain things that she may be feeling now that she is wrestling with in life, and that is true. And you got to realize she's competing against herself. She set world records in those gold medals that she's had in the past. She
Right.
really did not have to show up here, and to compete against yourself and to fall short of what you've done in the past, you will be not ridiculed, but you will be asked, are you the same person, or you can't do that no more. So why compete against yourself? You set those records. And then I also think sometimes athletes, some are built differently. Uh, Back in the 50s and the Jesse Owens, they were groomed. They lived their life doing racism and those tough challenges. See, they didn't just go to the meet and had a challenge there. They came home and had to live with life challenges. And I think today athletes, not to take anything away from their athletic ability, but some of your challenges may not be the same as before. And you may not be dealing with challenges all around the clock, where in the past, a lot of our folks have been dealing with challenges all around the clock. You got to realize Jesse Owens went over and singly handedly basically won those Olympics, and then came back to America. And when the Olympic team was invited to the White House, he wasn't invited because he was a black man.
Yep.
Rodney says she says she tried to fake it till she make it.
Right. She couldn't do
Um,
it.
Sammy says stress is real. All jobs have FMLA, so if you need it,
Use
use
it.
it.
Yes, Mr. Sammy, that is correct. You can utilize that. And a lot of people, especially men, feel that, it's a sign of weakness if you go and deal with a stress or help. But it's not a sign of weakness. It shows a sign of strength, because you can head yourself into a breakdown or deal with vices. That's why people deal with vices at the end of the day. They deal with drugs, they deal with alcohol, they deal with cigarettes and whatever, because at the end of the day, they have a lot of challenges in life. So that helps them cope. That helps them cope through.
Hmm. Michael says, I lost my son 21 years ago and held it in for 10 years. And when I was around people, I didn't show it. But when I was alone, I broke down. We need to talk to someone about our mental. Exactly. And it's okay. It's okay to talk to someone. It's definitely okay. It's better when you hold stuff in, like that's a killer itself. Like that stress can really kill you. So definitely need to talk to someone. And it doesn't have to be someone that you know. You know, we talked about this before on the show. Um, Cheryl says maybe it has to do with how they are scoring her. Also, you get tired of people not giving you all your credit to spare the other athletes' feeling.
I'm glad that she brought that up. I didn't want to go there first, but some folks are saying that, Cheryl, that at the end of the day, they even went as far as saying that she was told that she could not do certain things because the other athletes were not able or capable to do that, and it wasn't fair to them. But we are on the world stage for the best. So that's again, you see who the judges are. You don't see us there at the end of the day. You know, you watch those judges. Have you ever watched some of those black women that are gymnastics and they get up there and they running and flipping and they got that rhythm and they got that music playing? Them judges that look like they want to disqualify them. They showing too much soul and rhythm. You're not supposed to show that. You're supposed to just come and perform like a robot. Mm. So yeah, we as people of color, we continue and see, you know, I don't use racism as an excuse, but I do understand systemic. Well, let me take that back. I don't use racism as a crutch all the time, but systemic racism is real. And if we tend to not really look at it for what it really is and see how it is in everything that we deal with out here, and see how it, at the end of the day, as we as people of color or black folks, brown folks being held back because of our color, that's not fair. And you just want a fair shot. That's it. That's it.
Well, we jumped all around tonight.
Yep. And we got some comments on that one. I decided to just shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know how we do. It's no problem. We're always shaking it up on the T. So, final thoughts on this letter. Do y'all remember what the letter was about?
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
So, I know the cat got the tongue of two of our hosts because there's rabbits around.
Not me. I'm good. I'm good. That's Victor over there holding his tongue.
Sister, look, you got to protect your child. But you said there's some issues there. Conversation. There needs to be a conversation. I always say that conversation thing, but you all have to work out. Y'all cannot just look at one issue. Y'all got to sit down and deal with these issues. And if y'all can't do it amongst yourself, then do it. Go to counseling and try to work this out if you can work this out. And you deal with this issue, then it's going to be another issue. So you got to lay these things on the table here because something is not clicking in this relationship here at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, if it's a deal breaker, that if he is not going, your husband is not going to treat your son the way he treats the other two, then you have to make a decision.
Right.
And that's all to it. And like I heard Victor say, I ain't going to tell you what to do. You just have to make a decision, and that's your decision.
Right.
Vic?
You know what? Sure, crazy. Sure, says Victor.
If you need help, blink 3 times. You'll be back in Kansas.
I feel yes, her and her husband need to sit down, and she know what the issue is. She knows exactly why that guy is acting the way he's acting. Mm-hmm. And you want it to change. Something happened. There needs to be a conversation. And I don't want to talk bad about his mother, but for his mama to condone that shit, that's even worse. Like, how do you? But I don't know, maybe because I could look at it like the mama was like, you know, I want to keep him here. I don't know. I just feel like that's crazy. That is crazy as hell for somebody to want to take his kids riding but leave the child with his mama. I can't get over that. So yes, there is a problem, but it's been going on for, I don't know, 8 years. So at least 8 years. So he's not going to, I don't think he's going to change, but you're going to have to decide what's important. and he's a truck driver, so they tend to have a my way or the highway attitude. Some of them, but I just feel like there's no fixing it. To me, I don't think it's repairable. But
Yeah. And TT says it's a very sad situation. And it really is, because you don't want to have to choose your husband or your son. You don't want to have to.
But she's got to.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to make that decision. Can't everybody just get along, and you wouldn't have that problem? But
Don't work like that in the real world.
Yeah. But I do feel like she should have put a stop to this at the beginning. She saw where it was going when they first were dating, so she definitely should have nipped that in the bud right then and there. And if he couldn't deal with her son, then I mean, and that's the thing where we have to be careful when our feelings get caught up. I don't know. We have to be careful with that, because I'm pretty sure that's what kept her there. She saw the signs. She saw where he was not treating her son the same as he was treating his son. So, and she probably was already, head over heels or whatever you want to call it.
They were having sex. That's all that was. They were having sex, and she forgot all about it.
Yeah.
That's why you have to build a foundation first before you start having sex. That
if you want to be with the person.
If you want to be with the person, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're 1,000% right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Definitely have that conversation with him again, and see where it goes. And if you feel strongly about leaving that marriage because of the situation, then you just have to do what you got to do. Like, once again, no one can tell you to stay. No one can tell you to go. You have to make that tough decision, and that is a tough decision. So, yeah. Anything else, guys?
Mm-mm.
TT says, Vic, are you building a foundation?
From the ground up. From the ground up. From the ground up.
I build a foundation with everyone from the viewers to the panel people. I always build foundations.
Good brother in my book.
Great answer.
That's the most political answer you're gonna get out of me. I'm keeping it politically neutral.
And keeping that
keeping
that voice regular tonight. Smoothness.
Ooh. Oh gosh, guys, thank y'all so much for watching the tea tonight. We appreciate y'all so much each and every Tuesday and Thursday night, 8:00. Make sure you guys like our page. I have a hard time with that word because I be saying like instead of like. Like, make sure you guys like our page right here on Facebook. Also, we're on YouTube. But make sure you guys tell a friend about us. If they don't know about Tangy Tea, please share it. We are live in the studio on Tuesday night. Shouts out to 119 Media Group. Brother Fatine, all the way from New York. WBLS. Number one radio station. We appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate y'all.
My co-host, Mr. Facebook Jail. He's in Facebook jail until Saturday. Shouts out.
He's in a little bit more than that jail. In the doghouse.
Right, TT. He gonna get that text. We appreciate you. We appreciate that.
He rolling with it tonight.
Right.
Hey, I got mine, Victor. My letter. You got me on my letter. So, so I had to take it.
I done got a text message that said tread lightly, so I'm going to tread lightly.
That's called a ball. It's called a ball.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly.
It's called a ball and a chain to me.
There you go. I'm treading lightly.
That's right. That's right. You can't run fast with the ball and chain.
All right, guys. If you all have a topic suggestion, if you would like to be a guest on the tea, hit us up, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. You can hit us up right here on our Facebook page and let us know what you want us to talk about. You want to share an email letter with us. It's all good. We appreciate y'all for watching each and every week. We hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Be safe out there. Wear your mask. Practice your social distancing. And stay safe out there, guys. Throw that hat in first, Vic.
Throw that hat in, bro.
Thank y'all so much. I just love our viewers. I love their comments and all. We appreciate y'all because without you all, it wouldn't be no tea. So we definitely give y'all a bomb. We definitely appreciate y'all for being so faithful each and every week as we bring y'all the tea. Like I said, have a great weekend, and we will check y'all out, God willing, Tuesday. See y'all guys then. Good night.
Good night. Buenas noches.